Representative Steve Israel and Representative Michael Grimm and Paul Ryan as well, and about 18 other congressmen, both Republicans and Democrats, decided to step up to the plate for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So it's the viral idea which has raised a tremendous amount of money for ALS. And for those of you who don't know, ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, is also known as Lou Gehrig's disease in the U.S., and it's characterized by muscle death, muscle spasms, and muscle weakness, as well as difficulty speaking, swallowing, and breathing. It's basically a motor neuron disease. And, of course, people are fighting valiantly to try to end it or have some sort of breakthrough. Well, come to find out that these 18 lawmakers who did the ALS challenge, which raises money for the cause, all of them voted to cut funding for ALS research. Words cannot describe how much I hate politicians. Quote, "The funding cuts in this case were caused by the passage of the Budget Control Act of 2011 as a condition of getting congressional House Republicans to sign off on the debt ceiling hike. The Obama White House and congressional Democrats agreed to budget cuts and future budget cuts that would be delivered via sequestration, an across-the-board cleaver that cut certain agencies' budgets by roughly 5%. They continue, "The National Institute of Health was one of those agencies. It was forced to slash an estimated $1.55 billion from its programs. Among those was the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke. In fiscal year 2013, the NINDS budget was $1.53 billion, a $92 million decrease from fiscal year 2012. For ALS-specific research, funding went from $44 million to $39 million. And now these same assholes that voted to cut the funding were out there pouring ice water over their heads, getting in on the fad, getting in on the viral video to raise money for it. Now, a lot of people have made the counter-argument that, yeah, but it's really not that fair because they're not hypocrites, because what they're doing is raising private money, and that's different from public dollars. And that shows that these people are in favor of research for ALS, but they just want to raise it privately. They don't want to raise it, they don't want to do it with public dollars. And my response to that is this. If there's anything that I want the government involved with, and that I want them to spend my tax dollars on, it's stuff like this. Finding a cure for ALS, finding a cure for cancer, finding a cure for heart disease or stroke, or anything, any medical issue. Look, I very rarely am in favor of writing a blank check. Here's where I want to write a blank check. ALS research, cancer research, anything that can affect people in a negative way physically, any disease, any virus, any way we could try to cure these things, I'm in favor of. I would like to do a Manhattan Project for curing different diseases and things that afflict us. Okay? And look, I'm sure it's not just me. I'm sure you can talk to my ultra-conservative uncle and he would go, yeah, that's one thing I don't mind my tax dollars going towards. Let's do that. But these politicians, they can't help themselves, man. They can't help themselves. They get so caught up in the Washington games, they get so caught up in being corrupt, they get so caught up in playing partisan politics that they close their eyes to what makes sense. And then down the road, as long as I could do something viral and get attention, then I'll do it and make it seem like I'm a good person even though I'm not a good person. I mean, we covered, what was it? There was a study from Harvard that said over 20,000 people are going to die because the Republican governors refuse to expand Medicaid under Obamacare. All they need to do is just swipe their pen. That's all they have to do. And the federal government pays 100% of the bill the first 3 years. After that, it's like 90% of the bill. There's no reason not to do it other than you're just being obstructionist and you just hate Obama. But dozens of Republican governors were like, yeah, fuck it. No, let's just not do it. Let's not do it. And over 20,000 people die as a result. And then these assholes have the gall to tell us, oh, we're looking out for what's best for you and we want to do what's right by America. Really? How about starting by saving their lives by just running your pen across the paper? That's all it would take. That's all it would take. Just expanding Medicaid. That's it. That's it. But no, you'd rather play partisan political games and people die as a result of it. Look, I'm sick of this stuff, man. We need to call these people out. Instead of doing the ice bucket challenge, reinstate the money, okay? Or actually, if you really want to be a good person, do the ice bucket challenge and then also reinstate the funding.